Hello everyone. So in this video I will show how you can read an environment variable in Spring. As you already know, in Java, if you want to read an environment variable, you can use the system package. But there are lots of caveats when using a direct method, like you cannot provide default value and you cannot handle the error properly. So in this video I will show you how you can elegantly use an annotation to read an environment variable. So let's get started. So here I have created one API called welcome. So if I'll go to browser, right, let me open the browser. Tomcat server is not started, so let's start that and refresh. As you can see, we are getting this message, but let's say I want to get this message from the environment variable, right? So to do that, let's create an variable called welcome message. And now to read an environment variable, what you'll have to use is this value annotation, right? And inside here you can provide environment variable from which you will be reading this value. Okay, so let's terminate the existing application, import it from Bean Factory, and now to provide this welcome message to our running application in Eclipse, you can go to debug configuration. Your application is selected. On this, go to environment. As you can see, you'll have to add an environment variable called welcome message and provide here your message. So here I have kept www.adesigner.in. Now let's debug the application. Now if I'll come here and refresh, as you can see, nothing is coming because we have read the value but we are not returning that value from our API. So let's fix that, and now restart our web server again, open browser and refresh. As you can see, now I'm able to read this value directly from here. Now let's assume that we are not providing this variable. So what we'll do is we will remove this, right? And let's debug the application. As you can see, now we have received an error which says that it cannot resolve this placeholder welcome message, right? So by default, Spring will throw an error if it cannot read an environment variable, right? So there are few ways that you can fix this. One of the simplest way is to provide a default value. So in Spring, that is very easy. You just have to colon and mention your message. Let's write this welcome. Now if I'll run this or debug this application, as you can see, now I'm not getting the error. And if I refresh the browser, I am getting the default value. But if I override this message, let me again go to this, go to environment, right? Welcome to my website. Okay, apply. Now let's debug. Now if I'll come here, as you can see, now I am able to get the value that I have set in my environment variable. So there is one more thing that you can do. So in Java, we do not directly read the values with this method. What generally people do is they try to set up all the environment variables in the resource file. So if you'll see here, you may have either application.properties file or application.yaml file. So here we try to define all the Spring configuration, right? So let's say I want to define this message here, right? And we will copy this entire thing from here and paste it here, right? And then wherever we need this particular environment variable, what we will do is we will just refer this name that we have created, and generally we use app dot something to segregate between Spring default variable and our own variable, right? So if I'll go there, what this allows you to do is it allows you to configure all the default value at the same in the single file, and you can here see all the environment variable that you are setting in your application, rather than assuming if you have, let's say, 5 or 6 controller, then you have services, then you have some other thing, and you want to keep all those configuration. If they will be segregated at different level, it will become very difficult for you to identify what external dependency your application has. But if they are available here at single place, at a glance you can see what kind of dependency your application has. Let's check how this will perform. So let me run this application again, and if we'll go here, as you can see there is no change because it is again reading from environment variable itself.